The following is an exclusive presentation of the Dragon Sports Network. The following is a presentation of the Dragon Sports Network. Game Night is presented by Clean Harbors Environmental Services. Clean Harbors is North America's leading provider of environmental and industrial services. The company serves a diverse customer base which includes a majority of Fortune 500 companies and spans a number of industries including chemical, energy, and manufacturing, as well as numerous government agencies. These customers rely on Clean Harbors to deliver a broad range of services such as end-to-end hazardous waste management, emergency spill response, industrial cleaning and maintenance, and recycling services. Through its Safety Clean subsidiary, Clean Harbors also is North America's largest re-refiner and recycler of used oil and a leading provider of parts washers and environmental services to commercial, industrial, and automotive customers.
Coach, your thoughts on the Walnut Ridge game?
I feel like Walnut Ridge was that marquee victory we needed over a quality opponent under a quality moment. You know, like we have been a good football team against bad teams and against quality teams. We haven't been very good. And if you watch how we've progressed through the year as men with our kids, I think that's really what the difference was. We had a little adversity in Walnut, and our kids, they decided to stand on business, and they went forward instead of backwards and turning on each other. And then our coaches did a phenomenal job of putting together an excellent plan. Had a couple of guys go brain dead on a few things and a couple of decisions we made that weren't perfect, but the end result right now is to survive and advance. We did that, and we're proud of it.
Coach, give us a couple of things that you saw in the Walnut Ridge game that you go, okay, we're getting it. We're understanding now what we're supposed to do.
Sideline, the atmosphere of those things, celebrating each other, guys being all the way engaged in the game, not backing up. The Dragon standard is going forward. We get hit in the mouth here, we're coming back and we're bringing a couple more behind us. Those are the things that stood out to me. We've all seen it. We were just talking about our games. They're there. If you want to see the progression of our kids, just start watching it. And the glaring difference you'll see is them, their energy, creating their own momentum, and putting their best foot forward. Again, I thought that our coaching staff did a great job sequencing things. We pounded juice last Friday on the ground, and we're going to do that again. Our run game reminds me a lot of where we were when I was here previously and the successful years we've had in times past. And, that's Dragon football. We're going to run the ball. We're going to stop the run a lot better than we did last Friday. And we're going to put all these things together with pride.
What's a couple of things that you're looking at going, okay, we got to work on this a little bit more to get where we need to be?
You know what I'm going to say? Special teams. Our special teams, those kids, they've got to know that's the tip of the spear. Our team is a weapon for each other, and that facet of the weapon is the very tip of that sucker, and it's what pierces the game. It starts off with special teams. Most scores end with it. It's important, and we've had a lapse in it. Coach Smith's placed a premium on it this week, and I've been right there with him to make sure we are going live and executing our jobs and guys understanding how important it is. The turnover battle, we've been winning it, but I want to be more flawless in our execution. We need the ball back. We cannot give it up. We have found a way to give it up every week. It almost cost us last week. And I'm hoping in that we'll find the brand of man we need in ball to get it done Friday.
What's a couple areas you look at and you go, okay, we have really made some progress, especially when you look from the start of the season. This is game number 13. A couple areas that you really are proud to see improved.
Our physicality has improved twofold. There were games where I almost was unfamiliar with what we were doing or who we were, and our approach at the point, from our linemen being getting physical with their hands, wanting to finish tackles or blocks, over to our receivers wanting to block and wanting to run hard and get some yak, or seeing a guy pushing hard like Dom or Brady, and the lineman kind of standing and watching. I thought our physicality was at a premium last Friday, and that's again another standard. Seeing some guys have some dirt on their jerseys, some scuffs and scrapes on their helmets, and coming out of there a little sore. That's the key. If they're not wanting to put their body forward, then we won't go forward as a whole, as a collective. And so, the most impressive portion about what we did last Friday is we had some togetherness, and we played with fire.
Coach, you got Glen Rose this Friday. Start with their offense and tell us what we can expect.
They'll look a lot like the Miami Dolphins in their motions. They motion as much as any team we've seen. They play physical and fundamental up front. I mean, you're going to see guys getting up to the next level with speed, big kids with speed. Heath Balance, number 22, plays running back. He's their do-it-all guy. He's a special player. If we do not contain him on offense and address him on defense, we will struggle greatly in finding success. Their quarterback runs the offense to perfection, and they are well coached. Coach Keener and them guys are doing a fantastic job with those things. So if we don't play our best defensively and line up and fly the football and get it back, we're going to be in for a long night.
Defensively, what do they do?
They take a multiple approach as far as their structure. There's a lot of 3-4 stuff. They've got a lot of team speed, and they finish the tackles, man. They love getting guys to the ground. They're very chippy. They are going to do the best they can to get in our heads and to try to win the mental battle. Again, Heath Balance, he's all around the football and defense. They put him everywhere they can. They have a fantastic defensive line. And all that good stuff. But we do feel very confident in our ability to run the football against those things, and for us to also match, their poison with ours, and be able to pound juice on them and be able to motion them and shift them around a little bit too. So we'll see who executes better on that facet.
Coach, keys to victory Friday night. What are a couple things that's got to happen, the Dragons have got to do to get the win?
We got to win the turnover battle, and we got to win the penalties. We cannot get penalized and put ourselves in drastic momentum-killing drives. We call them drill killers here. We've got to be, we've got to have intent on our purpose of doing stuff. We can't just go in there and mindlessly try to make a play or use our aggression to overflow. Don't let the aggression use you. Use it. Use it as a weapon to solve problems out there. We do that, and we put together that TTAU brand of football, then we'll be playing again next Friday.
Coach, good luck Friday night.
Thank you. Go Dragons.
This week in Dragon football history, we're going to take a look at quarterfinal games Junction City has participated in over the years, and probably the most memorable, no doubt, is the one that was played on November 26, 1999. That was the night the Dragons took on the Shiloh Christian Saints. The game was played at Dragon Field, and probably one of the largest crowds ever to witness a Junction City sporting event. Around 7,000 watched the Dragons jump out to a quick 24-0 lead, and then 38-14 before Shiloh rallied to claim a 70-64 victory on a touchdown in the final 2 minutes. Articles that appeared in state newspapers in the following days would call the game legendary, mythical, and unbelievable. One paper even went so far as to say it will become one of those games that started with 6,000 in attendance, and as the story grows through the years, we'll probably end up with around 40,000 there. There was a lot of great performances in the game, but two that stand out was Junction City running back Marcus Godfrey. He rushed for 312 yards, scored 3 touchdowns. Saints quarterback and current SMU head coach Rhett Lashley passed for 672 yards and threw 8 touchdown passes. Both are records for an opponent against the Dragons. Tonight's quarterfinal game, will be the 19th appearance for the Dragons in the state quarterfinals. Junction City is 16-2 in quarterfinal games. At home, the Dragons are 10-1. Of course, you know where that one loss came from. And on the road, Junction City is 6-1. The game they lost there on the road was to Mount Ida in 2007. Mount Ida, of course, going on to win state. Dragons participating in their 92nd playoff game. That is, I believe, fourth best in the history of Arkansas State football playoffs as far as total number of playoff games. The Dragons' playoff record, 72-19, and that is also a top 5 record as far as over us, regardless of classification on both of those. I'm Wayne Pumphrey, and this has been This Week in Dragon Football History.
All right, here we go, guys. Let me get this camera on here
All right.
where you can see us. We're in old hometown here. Sheridan Yellow Jackets, my home, old hometown.
Don't beat your chest too hard there,
How
son.
many hometowns has he got, by the way?
Well, you know, when you're a preacher's kid, sometimes you got 3 or 4, right?
Does that mean your dad's not a good preacher?
We're getting into that again.
Oh, I hear you, Brennan. You got to watch
Hey,
D-Wood.
you know
man.
what?
He comes
We're
up
done
with
with it.
sticky shots.
I don't think his home life was good, was it? Because he wants to talk about everybody else's.
He's a good guy.
All right, let's get started here on opinions, y'all. Let's see here, 7A and 6A, they'll finish up tonight. You got Bentonville and Bryant and Conway and Fayetteville. I say let's go ahead and pick these two for 7A. I'm going to say Bryant's going to take it again. What does that make, 4th, 5th in a row?
5th in a row.
5th in a
So,
row.
yeah.
I say Bryant all the way.
Bryant, no doubt.
Bryant.
Whoa, what was with the hesitation?
Well, you said Bryant and Bentonville, and then was it Conway and who?
Fayetteville.
Fayetteville.
We didn't get to that part yet, buddy.
I think
Yeah.
Fayetteville, well, no,
I got Bryant. Yeah, I mean,
James went to Conway, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to Conway, and
So
they
that
beat,
would be a good matchup of
oh, it'd be
Conway
a
and
nice,
Bryant.
yeah, nice meeting.
which they've
in the
already met
finals.
earlier this year, and I'm pretty sure Bryant
yeah,
beat
yeah,
Conway.
Yeah, they did.
They
did.
won again.
Yep. Yeah, they'll take it again. Bryant.
Bryant, yeah, I got to go with Bryant.
All right, 6A, you got Little Rock Christian, Benton, Pulaski Academy at Greenwood. Benton's been rocking and rolling this year, which, you know, I watched 6A. Benton, take Benton all the way.
I'll roll with Benton on that one.
Playing Little Rock Christian?
Yes.
I'm taking Little Rock Christian. They got that quarterback. I believe he's Walker White.
Who you say out to the final, though?
To the final?
You got Pulaski Academy, Greenwood, and then Little Rock Christian and Benton.
Ooh.
PA.
I don't know. That's 3. I mean, I'm pretty sure Little Rock Christian, Greenwood, and Pulaski are all from the same conference. That's kind of
Loaded.
that tells you where it is, but I don't know.
I say
I'm
Benton all the way.
I don't know. Oh, I'm going to go Little Rock Christian, I believe, because I think they won that conference.
Say his name one more time, D-Wood.
Walker White.
I will go. I tell you what, I'll side with D-Wood on this. I'll go Little Rock Christian, and I'll have them winning it all.
All righty, let's see here. 5A is also finishing up. Well, you got your finals.
Right.
Be next week. Let's see here. Shiloh Christian at Pine Bluff, Camden Fairview, Little Rock Parkview. Hey, I'll pull for Camden to pull in there, but I'll say Shiloh Christian all the way to the final.
I'm taking Parkview.
I was going to say Parkview myself.
Parkview, they handled, they gave Bryant their first loss in a while earlier in this year.
Dub.
Ooh, I tell you what, Shiloh Christian all the way. Got to go Shiloh.
Shiloh, okay. Let's see here. A couple more sticking out here. Rivercrest at Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia.
I was going to say the Badgers.
I'll probably go Arkadelphia as well.
Yeah, I won't rock the boat on that one either. I'll stay with Arkadelphia.
All right, and we'll take one in our conference here. Boonville at Harmony Grove. I'm going to say Harmony Grove's going to take it to them.
I want Grove to beat them.
They got the refs on Harmony Grove's side, so we'll take.
Oh, buddy, you're going to get rode up. You better settle down.
Here, calm down.
Here it goes.
Wow.
Controversy begins.
Hey,
We only got flagged 18 times over there, didn't we?
Delay a game from the side judge.
it's game night. We can talk about it.
We don't want to get into too many details.
Hey, we don't
Yes,
want to
Grove.
we don't want to make it personal either. Right?
18 of them. 18. So yes, Harmony. I think Harmony Grove wins that one. I'm hoping for them.
Same here.
Yeah,
I feel like Grove's got a little bit better offense.
You stop Dax Golf, you stop Booneville. I mean, it's plain
I
and
agree
simple.
with that. I'll stay with Grove.
Not plain and simple,
He's a
but
good
still,
player, but-
yeah, he's a great player.
All right, let's see here. Let's flip on over to college. One that sticks out to me here, Oregon State at Oregon.
Civil War.
I'll take Oregon on that one.
Ukulele's throwing for 6 scores. Bo Nix is going to score for 8. Oregon's going to win that one.
Bo Nix is going to finish off his Heisman season.
You like that rocket?
I got Oregon.
Yeah.
All righty, let's see here. Of course, we got the big old Buckeye at Michigan. Michigan blue and yellow all the way right there, baby.
I can't stand Ohio State and Allen Russell. Michigan.
Michigan's winning. Ohio State's not tough enough for that type of
No,
ball.
they're weak this year. Very weak.
They're soft.
I can't believe y'all are attacking Mr. Russell like that. So I will go out and say Michigan will thump them.
Mr. Russell, he likes you, just not when we're talking about Ohio State.
Stay there. You go.
Terrible offense.
Oh, let's see here. Colorado at Utah. Hey, I'll go out on a limb. Colorado.
Your limb just broke. Colorado's getting another loss.
Aren't they like? Have they?
They haven't won in the last 5.
I'm about to say, if they lost like 5 or 6 in a row.
5 or 6.
If it was week 1 when nobody knew anything about them, yeah, they might win. But not now.
They've done gave up on themselves.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I got they got Utah, right?
Yeah.
I got to go with the Utes, Utah.
I've got another SEC interesting one. Florida State at Florida. Do we find out, was Florida State only a quarterback
Yes.
or what?
They're good, but they definitely took a downfall.
Yeah.
So I'll take Florida on it. What you?
I think Florida State still wins it, but
I'm about to say, I think Florida State might pull it out too. But that quarterback,
it takes a big lick with
their season's
Travis.
done now.
Yeah, Travis. They playing in the swamp or at?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
In the swamp. Well, Florida State's Gator bait. I'll go with Florida.
Calm down. Arkansas won there.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold everything.
Okay. Should we do the Alabama-Auburn game?
yes,
No.
Alabama by 30.
No.
Goodness.
Milroe finishes off his Heisman
We're not worried
season.
about that.
Hey, move on to the next.
Yeah, who
one.
cares about that
Nobody
one?
cares.
Well,
About
I
that
wouldn't
game.
either after all the stuff y'all talked about him, and he's done phenomenal.
Oh, let's see here. I don't guess I have any more interesting ones. Unless we want to go with the ones that are going on right now.
What's the Arkansas-Missouri score, didn't?
Yeah.
So up next, what do we got?
Yeah. Go on to the next one.
Let's go on to the next one. Let's talk about.
Let's talk about the Junction game, man.
Yeah, let's
Come
talk
on.
about the Junction game. Let's move away from that and get to the Junction game. Tonight, as I mentioned a while ago, the Dragons will play their 92nd playoff game, and they're going to Glen Rose to take on the Beavers. Going to start with you, Mr. Cook.
You're just gonna look. You're just gonna glare.
I'm going to stare you down first to try to
Couldn't
remember.
remember
his
it.
We're gonna
name.
start with you, buddy.
Yeah,
Who is this guy? I can't remember.
All right. Yeah, who is this guy? Give me 3 keys to victory for Junction City things the Dragons will need to do to pull it out tonight.
Ball security, Hankton running the football, and Dalton Baker. I think Dalton Baker being back is a huge one for us.
D. Wood, 3 things.
It's going to be on the offensive line, getting some good blocking, defensive line, getting some pressure, getting back there. And, penalties. You got to stay clear of the penalties again.
Hey, Wayne, I got something here. We've never done this before, but let's look at the old message boards here. Glen Rose by 2 scores. Glen Rose by 10. Glen Rose by 28. Do have one saying I don't know what Junction City's got. Probably closer than previous guesses. So kind of what we've already been talking about. I don't think
Nobody's giving them a chance.
I don't think Glen Rose is giving them a chance, and I don't know if they really know what they might be facing tonight. So might be a good thing on that.
He ain't played nobody in about 2 months. So
We'll get to that, and I'm glad you brought that up because there's a couple things I wanted to say. I'm going to go back to what you said, Hankton running the ball.
his legs.
His legs is going to be a key to this game because we've seen it the whole season. He rolls out. He wants to throw. He's got people to throw to, no doubt. But there's 15, 20, maybe 30
Pick 'em up
yards of
tonight.
field. He can just easily pick them up. Tonight's the night he starts picking them up.
Yep, he's going to have to tonight.
I think, D. Wood, you mentioned penalties.
Yeah.
I
Can't do it tonight.
I got 2 words for you. False start. We have to eliminate.
Have to.
I mean,
We had a couple on the point after attempt last week and gave them that extra yard. They went for 2 a couple times. You can't do that tonight. I know you're trying to block it. Blocked one of them, but you can't do it tonight.
And also, I mean, I know it's a different team we're playing tonight, but if you get them 4th and long, you got to get off the field.
Off the field.
oh, gosh.
You got to.
This is what we talk about, the mistakes. This
Yep.
is the game tonight can be determined by one simple mistake comes back and gets you.
Right.
And it can be determined by that right there.
Okay, that's a good point because that stupid mistake happens on a 3rd and 21 or whatever. You're setting a team up either for a first down or a more manageable, to get a first down. It's things like that tonight, and we mentioned it while we were eating, that tonight's the night you step it up another level. You got to let some stuff go. In other words, let's quit doing the things that hurt us because now you're playing a more quality opponent. Speaking of more quality opponent, you read what was on Mesh's boards, but everything I have checked,
Nobody.
I'll
gives
be
them a
honest
shot.
with you, I don't even know why we're making the trip.
Yeah, that's
Maybe we
kinda-
ought to stay in Junction and tell them congratulations because they have completely written Junction off, which surprised me. I didn't expect them to pick us to win, but I'm a little surprised.
Not a
that-
28-30 point game.
Yeah,
I mean, if they've not been paying attention.
Yeah, if this is say, D-Wood, you've been in that locker room before. Is this locker room material, or you just forget that, it don't matter? I mean,
They're fired up
if
about
you're
it.
Devin Ball, do you use this or do you go? It don't matter.
Oh yeah, you use it. I know. I remember back my senior year, we were playing. We get to play Bearden, and Hootens made the mistake of saying Junction looks good on paper, but this ain't paper football, and kind of
Little fire.
kind of a little fire. That ended up not being a very close game. Let's put it that way.
Well, actually, I remember the score, 43-0.
Exactly.
And I remember something being said in the locker room after the game was about so much for paper football.
We're pretty good at it.
You said, well, okay, why would you even bring up bulletin board material and all that? That's 15 years ago, and I still have people that'll come up to me and go, you remember that time we played Bearden, paper football, and start laughing? That's how it sticks with you. And when I saw all this and you heard what Denton read, I'm like, yeah, I know we've been down the last 2 years, but you write us off that quick.
You got a very skilled team this year. A very skilled team.
Extremely.
Not any team is going to roll out a Dominic Grimes, and then to follow him up, you've got Brady Pinnisters, you've got Devontae Grimes, you got Lamontre Hankins. The list goes on. Hayden Hudson. You got a lot of talent. And kids like Javion Davis, Jalen Ivey, they've really stepped up here lately, and it's just you're putting it together at the right time.
I won't read all of it here, but on the game notes, the DSN we did, you can read them online, I believe, at the school website, maybe on the DSN homepage too. Let's start with Hankton. There's several categories that he has now moved into the top 5 in. And a single season, a couple of them, get ready for this, folks, a couple of them are careers. And remember, this guy's only going to get one season. One. And what did you tell me the other day? Me and you were talking back and forth.
It's one of those you're going to go back.
Yeah, 2 games he doesn't play in, and he's still moving up on the list. I will throw one of them out here. He has 2,107 total yards. That is 7th total overall in a season of 2,000 yards more. He's the 7th Dragon to do that. 5th place. He's the 7th Dragon to go over 2,000 total yards offense in a season. Dominique Grimes, there's not enough time to read all of it, but I'll just say this. He's moving up both the career and the single season charts on receptions, touchdowns, yards, total yards in a season. I mean, it's unbelievable. Another thing to note defensively, Brady Pinnister, 102 tackles on the season. This was a guy, the reason I mentioned him, a sophomore, this was a guy who, if he gets, I believe, 16 tackles tonight, will hold the sophomore record for tackles in a game. I mean, in a season for a sophomore.
At Junction City.
At Junction City. And the guy he's going to pass to do that, some of you may or may not remember, played at OBU, Terrell Gibson.
That's good company.
Yeah, that's
very
good.
good
That's
company.
very good company to be in. There's a lot more guys to watch on the team. I know we mentioned certain ones at time, and when we're doing a broadcast, you hear certain names. But best way I can put it is what it is. These guys stand out. You're going to need everyone's effort tonight, and you're going to need a big effort out of them. With that said, one more thing. Who is the one player tonight you want a big game from? Start with you.
I'm going with Jordan Banks. I think we got to get to the quarterback and have a lot of hits in the backfield tonight, and I think he's the setter.
I'm going to tell you, I think it's Hayden Hudson. I think Hayden Hudson's got to meet that running back that Glenn Rose has, and he's going to have to set the tone early.
Set the tone.
And he's going to have to let them know it's what these people saying on these boards ain't what it's really going to be about tonight.
We just read one that said there will be numerous 15-yard flags
Says
and
the
possible ejections.
The analytics say that this is a matchup between the two most unsportsmanlike teams in 3A. So that could be kind of interesting.
Wolfgang D. Not have to say any names.
Wolfgang D.
Oh, boy.
Hide behind the name, buddy.
Hadn't watched
Give
many
me
Junction
a
games.
player tonight that you see it and all. Who do you looking for a big game?
I won't say player. I'll say defense.
Just hold. Yeah. All right.
You know what,
Defense,
good point. Set
I
the
mean,
edges.
yeah, they got scored on quite a bit last week, right? So I just say the defense. Defense has got to step up.
Wayne?
Like what you guys said too. Defense, you got a 3rd and 17. Let's get off the field.
Just get off the field. You're 4 or 5 plays.
3rd and 1's going to be kind of rough, but 3rd and 17, we ought to get off the field.
You're 4 plays away from last week being a 30-point game. Should have been a 30-point game.
Mercy rule, really,
Yeah.
truly.
Yeah.
2 players tonight I want a big game out of. Hankton on offense, because
He's your general.
He's your general. He's the guy you turn to. We just said it a while ago. There's 30 yards in front of you. Go get it. And you're going to make that defense start having to respect. And then you can turn around and come back and hit Grimes, or you got Pinister back there, or Hudson if they put him back there, or run him from tight end or something. Defensively, Woody. Big game from him.
He's been superb here lately.
Yeah, absolutely. And tonight's that he could have that game that really it's like Carpenter told the guys back in the day, how do you want to be remembered?
Yeah.
And you mentioned Justin Hoof, and 90% of your Junction City fans are going to go Harding Academy 05. They remember the run. They might not remember nothing else. Hoof has some great plays, but that's the one thing that keeps coming back to people. So Woody tonight, big game from him. That's going to do it for us. I want to thank El Perion Restaurant for hosting us here in Sheridan. Absolutely outstanding meal. Folks, I highly recommend stopping by. I see several Dragon fans have been coming in. We see them through the double doors there, sitting down to eat. Look for us about 6:45 on the air with the 92nd playoff game in school history between Junction City and Glen Rose.
Hoorah.
Game Night is presented by Clean Harbors Environmental Services on the Dragon Sports Network. The following has been an exclusive presentation of the Dragon Sports Network.